It does all sound absolutely fantastic. If they can pull this off, if the project succeeds, it will be amazing. But since I last talked about this project, there have been some news stories around the darker side of NEOM. The less attractive side of the story, perhaps. Skeptics of the project from around the world are beginning to speak out. A skeptic, S-K-E-P-T-I-C, is someone who is skeptical, disbelieving, in other words. There are scientists challenging the notion that enough food supply can be generated locally to feed the people living in a development like the Line. And the Saudi Green Initiative has been criticised for having the target of net zero by 2060 and actually planning to increase oil production rather than decrease it in the short term. Many countries are aiming for net zero rather sooner than this, though how many countries get there remains to be seen, of course. The project also depends a great deal on desalination plants being able to be powered by renewable energy. The verb to desalinate, D-E-S-A-L-I-N-A-T-E, means to remove the salt from water, of course. And this is how desert countries like Saudi Arabia arrive at having enough fresh water through industrial processes to remove salt from seawater. Apparently, this has never been done successfully using renewable energy. So there's some scepticism about whether this is actually achievable. And this is clearly fundamental to the whole project. There's also been criticism because ancient tribes occupy the land. One tribe in particular, the Bedouin Hawat, that's H-U-W-A-I-T-A-T, they risk being displaced from their traditional land, their traditional territory, by this project. And there are reports of violence and people being forced from the land. Another criticism is that the project is clearly for rich people. It's going to be of limited benefit to anyone who isn't super rich. The project promises to create jobs and generate wealth in this underdeveloped region. But for the people already living in this region, the nomadic Bedouin Hawat tribe, for instance, and the local population, they're perhaps unlikely to see any benefits from this project. And they could potentially see quite a lot of harms. Controversial, perhaps? Let us know what you think. And don't forget to listen to this podcast a number of times to practice your English. Enough for now. Have a lovely day. Speak to you again soon. Goodbye.